Hey,
Hi guys.
so we're waiting on the others to join us. So be with us for a few minutes, and we have a host of fun activities for you today. And of course, it's a wonderful learning environment with rich content. So stay tuned. So we're going to turn off our mic, and we'll keep on the video, right? And until the others, probably wait until one or two other persons join before we start. So that's the primary reason why we haven't started just yet. So one more person. Hey, Jalani. See, Jalani just joined us. So one more person and we begin. All right? Hey there, boys and girls. Hey, guys. We're joining you back and we're about to start. See, one person just slipped out. 1 minute. Yeah. But we're going to start. And welcome to the National Museum of Jamaica and the Jamaica Library Services virtual summer workshop, where we give you lots of information based on the theme. And it's the journey of our ancestors. And we'll be presenting information based on the Jamaican culture and the various ethnic groups that are here and who form a strong, rich part of our background, our history, our heritage. And we've been highlighting a few of those that some of them you already know or you were used to, but didn't know that where those specific traditional, whether food items or speech came from. And so today is no exception, and you're going to be wowed by the amount of information and how far back many of our practices and food that we eat come from. And so stay relaxed, enjoy, and absorb the fun information and of a very historical and heritage nature. So stay tuned, and we're gonna go right into it. Anything to say, Ms. Dashian Brown?
Well, the theme for today is traditional knowledge, past and present. So we are going to look on the traditional knowledge that have been passed to us presently.
Cool. Sounds good, eh? Yeah. So right now, we're gonna go right into our presentation, and just stay tuned, and you'll see the bountiful of information and fun we have for you.
Talk to you. What do you mean from weird? What kind of game you have? Tell me you can't give me a play, huh?
Well, no, Daddy.
What you have play?
One game, man.
What game name? Cause this one like a pair gunshot me here in the game.
No, Daddy.
What do you mean no? I'm here, man, a dead, man, a this, man, a that, and man, a scream, and all kind of stuff. It sounds violent, man. Very violent. You sure? Why I mean, no. Sport coming, I say. Peer classes in our community and the country that are engaged in one of them. Peer classes left, right, and center. What you shall up on me like say, allow me to tell. Look what man did there. Eh? These nowadays games and graphic, man. Very graphic.
But Daddy, these are benefits, you know.
What kind of benefits, my girl?
Critical thinking, Daddy.
Critical thinking, my foot.
Might have violence, but it's strategic.
Strategic to what?
It helps with dexterity, sir.
Dexwara? What is that?
Sir, one word of years.
Oh, at least I hear it. I will be writing down into your new vocabulary and look up the definition. So when I'm going to check your book later, you know what it means. But me I tell you, so them game nowadays, it was not coming like our games when we were young. It don't have no moral and it just no moral place and nowadays society. I tell you, he said when we were younger, and we used to have fun. Lord Jesus. Free fun and fun are two different types of fun. Me say, free fun was good fun. Why me feel good to remember, you know? When we used to go to Mango Tree Elementary, etc. I would have school at the name again. Keisha, where school name will come from again? That same school in Mango Valley, man. Yeah, man, it's when they hear bell ring, and you see everybody come out of their class. Nobody not fight, nobody, you know. Everybody used to just come out and we go in at the schoolyard, and we just play a game, and we just enjoy ourselves. May I tell you, but I feel because something I go on nowadays. But I could talk about the game there from last time versus the game of nowadays. In my time, a pure outdoor games we used to have, you know. Nowadays, picnic up in a couch, run TV, I play Xbox and this box and all of the box them. We never used to do them something. We go on road and we play a ring game. And these were the traditional games of Jamaica, you know. Yeah, man. And then we used to preserve it and pass it on from one generation to the next generation. These games are nice, man. Me, I tell you, they're wicked. And you have things where, you know, some of the games and they kind of all mingle up with all dinky mini. And then they have one something called, Keisha, where's something name again? I could tell Kadim, oh, what's something name again? Ring ding. Yes, man. Miss Lou used to have one something come on TV, on JDC, Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation. Yeah, man. And we used to play ring ding. And all of them something that, oh, the very nice game we used to play now. Bowling a pen. Why I remember that special day in a yard. When they hear bell ringing, man. Why?
A break time now! What we play though? What we play though?
Come.
Alright, come. Yeah.
Come.
1,
2, 3.
Ring a rosy, a plastic full of posy. Asha, we have fun down.
Ashes in the water, ashes in the sea. We all jump up with a 1, 2, 3. Alright, who have been Miss Nicholas Nancy? Who have been? Alright. Nicholas Nancy went to town. Nicholas Nancy went to town to buy a macadamia. And she see a ugly girl, a ugly boy.
When she see her ugly boy, she touch her ass. Pretty boy.
And she see a pretty boy, take her finger hard.
That's the way my mommy goes. That's the way my mommy goes. To buy a macadamia. Nicholas Nancy went to. What kind of pen is? What kind of pen is?
A pen.
What kind of pen is?
Shotgun pen.
What kind of
Metal pen.
Bullet pen.
Yeah, bro. Bullet pen. Yeah, come on. Bullet pen. Yeah, come on. Bullet pen. Yeah, come on. Bullet pen. Over yonder, tell her you love her, but she can do the blessing for boxes up and down the blessing for boxes. When she goes around the ring, and if you see her, you love her, but she can do the blessing for boxes up and down the blessing for boxes. When she goes around the ring, ding ding, and if you see her, way over yonder, tell her you love her, but she can do the blessing for boxes up and down the blessing for boxes. There he goes around the ring, ding ding, and if you see him over yonder, tell him you love him, but he can do the 24 boxes up and down the 24 boxes right next. Bluebird in another window. Bluebird in another window. Bluebird in another window. Oh, Jerry, I'm tired. Take a little boy and you pat him on the shoulder. Take a little boy and you pat him on the shoulder. Take a little boy and you pat him on the shoulder. Oh, Jerry, I'm tired. Bluebird, bluebird, in another window. Bluebird, bluebird, in another window. Bluebird, bluebird, in another window. Oh, Jerry, I'm tired. Take a little boy and you pat him on the shoulder. Take a little girl and you pat her on the shoulder. Take a little girl and you pat her on the shoulder. Oh, Jerry, I'm tired. Oh, bluebird, bluebird, in another window. Bluebird, bluebird, in another window. Bluebird, bluebird, in another window. Oh, Jerry, I'm tired. Take a little girl and you pat her on the shoulder. Take a little girl and you pat her on the shoulder. Take a little girl and you pat her on the shoulder. Going to a circus, I was going to a fair when I met a senorita with the flowers in her hair. Shake it, senorita, shake it once again. Shake it like Miss Muffet and you shake it once again. And she whine to the bottom and she whine to the top. She whine to the bottom and she whine to the top. She whine to the bottom and she whine to the top. And she turn around until she make a stop. Full stop, drop like a piece of lollipop. Flowers in her hair. Shake it, senorita, shake it once again. Shake it like Miss Muffet and you shake it once again. And she whine to the bottom and she whine to the top. She whine to the bottom and she whine to the top. She whine to the bottom and she whine to the top. And she turn around until she make a stop. Stop like a piece of lollipop. $6 million and she don't have no favor. And a rum dash. And a rum dash. And a rum Farmer ring the bell.
No, I'm not still going.
Oh, we go there.
Farmer in the den.
Oh. Alright. Let's go back there. The farmer in the den. The farmer in the den. Here on the chariot. The farmer in the den. And the farmer takes a wife. The farmer takes a wife. Here on the chariot. The farmer takes a wife. And the wife takes a child. The wife takes a child. Here on the chariot. The wife takes a child. And the child takes a nurse. The child takes a nurse. Here on the chariot. The child takes a nurse. And the nurse takes a cat. The nurse takes a cat. Here on the chariot. The nurse takes a cat. And the cat takes a dog. The cat takes a dog. Here on the chariot. The cat takes a rat. And the rat takes a cheese. The rat takes a cheese. Here on the chariot. The rat takes a cheese. And the farmer runs away. The farmer runs away. Here on the chariot. The farmer runs away. And the wife runs away. The wife runs away. Here on the chariot. The wife runs away. And the child runs away. The child runs away. Here on the chariot. The child runs away. And the nurse runs away. The nurse runs away. Here on the chariot. The nurse runs away. And the cat runs away. The cat runs away. Here on the chariot. The cat runs away. And the rat runs away. The rat runs away. Here on the chariot. The rat runs away. And the cheese stands alone. The cheese stands alone. Here on the chariot. The cheese stands alone. And we all take a bite. We all take a bite. Here on the chariot. We all take a bite. Born in January, February, March, skip around. Those who born in January, March, skip around. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Those who born in January, March, skip around. Those who born in April, May, June, skip around. Those who born in April, May, June, skip around. love tea for brave time.
Oh, they play.
I'm going to do the second one there.
You're old.
You're old. Come on, Andy, come on.
I know, you're
So I'm here to go jump over there.
this. Yeah, go jump. Up there, so.
Come on, Andy, come on.
Distance,
Show me what you got. Show us what you got.
Stretch and pick up that.
And you want to see it to the ground in. Jumping out.
You have to jump in at number one.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'm nice to make it. Too young.
Two,
Number
yeah.
Oh, you're old. You're old.
You touch the line.
Like number one. What you be jumping at number one?
You have to jump in at number one.
So we already in our two.
You have to jump in at
Jumping
three.
on number 3. If we
You
jumping
have to
on
jump in
number
at
3.
three, so you're old.
What time you at a 3 minutes now?
I'll put up on
Don't want to last. You can't use it.
No, we can't go beat so far. We can't go make it to that one. They make that big sketch one.
Hey guys, whoa.
Yes.
I must admit, I found myself drawn into the game, especially, well, all of them. But that last one with the bat, the baseball,
Yes,
it was amazing. I had to, control myself here because I'm still at work. But it was fun. Can I tell you?
Yes, trust me, it brought me right back to when I was a child in
Yeah.
the country. I used to, you remember hide and seek?
Yes.
We used to play hide and seek as
Right.
well.
And
And
marbles.
police and button.
Yeah.
You remember
police,
that?
Well, in Westmoreland, we call it police and thief.
Police, yes. Police
The same
and
thing?
thief, yes.
Right.
That same one.
So, and missing from that is gig,
Gig,
traditional
right.
gig. They put
And
a
kites.
nail in, and kites,
Kites,
and
yes.
marbles.
Mhm.
Right. I guess we couldn't show them all, but these are important part of our traditions. And of course, I mean, there are points that we can take from this. Remember the first story with the child? The child was saying that the games teach dexterity and other things and strategy and so on. That's important. I mean, what we're not saying that we should abandon all of these things for the tradition, but especially in these times, you can see that's COVID-19. You can see how important the games are because yes, if you have a large family, you can play some of these traditional games with. However, in terms of playing with your friends and so on, all of that is put on pause for the moment. But it was good to reflect though.
Yes,
It brought back a lot of memories, a whole lot of memories. And it was amazing about, I didn't realize I knew so many of these games.
Oh, you remember 1, 2, 3, red
Like,
lights,
yes, that's amazing too. And that teaches strategies too, right? And all of those things that the handheld computerized games and phone games have. And so it was an amazing journey just now brought to us by the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Library, which is right on 2 Tom Redcombe Drive in Kingston. And the staff there were wonderful in their presentation. I must commend them and for drawing me into their presentation. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I see it was Aramique, who said that she still practices some of these at her church social. Is there anyone who want to unmute their mic and tell us any additional games or where you play some of these games?
Or some of the games that you are playing now that you can share with us.
Right.
Yes.
So unmute your mic or mics and let's hear from you. Waiting.
Anybody?
So you're all clamoring to unmute your mics.
Or you can text.
Yeah. Hey guys, come on.
Yes, they can't think about any. But when we were growing up, trust me, it was really fulfilling. And we didn't have the technology that you have now, right? So yes, we had to go out and we had to get that little social interaction to develop our social side, right?
I guess one of the biggest questions you guys probably ask is, how did you guys survive without the internet? We survived pretty well. I'm telling you, we survived. I mean, I remember in Westmoreland, Bluefields, what we did, we took the coconut, brown girl in the ring. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one
too.
make.
Right.
Yes.
We took there's this V-shaped part of the coconut, I think they call it babu or something, and we sailed down the hill on it, just put it, and we had this hill and we just sailed down the hill on it.
Yes, and you remember the box truck?
Yeah.
That we made from drink boxes?
Yes.
And even the pushing the stick
Tire.
in the tire
Yeah,
and
and
run
push it
the
along,
stick.
right.
Yes. Or even cart.
Yeah.
We used to build a cart
I mean,
and push.
I mean, if you think about it, these were designers. You had so many careers right there. Persons who designed the trucks. You had persons who had to, do all of these things, and it was fun. Whoa, it was a journey within itself. And thank you guys for participating in this segment. We have a few minutes left on the Zoom meeting. So what we're gonna ask you to do, we're gonna take a 10-minute break between this and the next presentation. And stay tuned. As usual, we have a fun load of activities for you. And don't, feel shy. You can share your experience.
Johnny Mill? Could you tell us how?
Yeah, could you unmute your mic, please, Armin?
Share with us how
Because I'm not familiar with that one. The Johnny Mill something.
There's a ring game that we play at social. I don't remember the exact name for it, but it's named something like that.
Okay. How can you describe it?
We would go around in a circle and we would have partners, and following the game's instructions, we would play the game.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like fun. Yeah.
So we have 3 minutes. I'm not sure.
That's a Jamaican game or not, Aramaic?
I think so.
Okay. All right, thanks for sharing and thanks for not being shy. But it's a whole lot of fun. And guess what? You are exercising in the meantime and you're out there with your friends, you're making friends too, you're enjoying yourself and all these things. You don't even know that you were exercising, as a matter of fact. You don't even know that what you were doing. You just know you're having fun and you're, just like, even though we're not playing the actual game, like many of you, exclaimed via text. I mean, based on it, you guys were also drawn into the various games. And I guess some of you like us were saying, oh yeah, that one, I remember that one, or I see that one, or yeah. And I'm sure your parents or guardians are able to share some of them. And let us just go through a list of a few of the games. So if you weren't able to write them down, please do now and ask your parents
Try it at home,
right?
Your sisters,
Right.
your mommy, your dad, your auntie, even grandma, grandpa. Yes.
Run through the list.
Okay, so we had Ringer Rosie,
Mm-hmm.
Little Miss Nancy, Bull in a Pen,
24 boxes.
Bluebirds,
Mm-hmm.
Going to Circus,
$6 million.
Farmer in the Pen.
Yes, and Bounce on Wall, which is a game played with elastic. I remember something about that elastic game, You see, when you want to ton load that elastic, what we would do in Westmoreland, well, you guys, well, the girls make Chinese, well, the guys use it to use under catapult, right? And then that was another new activity, which is to get, unfortunately, to kill the poor birds and eat too, because even though it was these small little birds, yeah, you felt proud, you felt like you were a hunter, when you were able to roast or fry the squid. I think they're called
parakeets too.
Oh,
yes, yes, yes.
So guys, we have less than a minute to go on this link. So when it goes off, we'll just continue talking. And when it goes off, just log out and log in back and wait for 10 minutes. So don't go anywhere, grab a quick drink, talk to your parents about some of the games that we just gave to you, and come back to enjoy loads of fun activities. As usual, because so far I am impressed. I've not seen many of these before, I must confess. So I'm seeing it for the first time, just like you. So that's why I'm like, this is not acting. This is actually, I'm excited.
Johnny was a miller.
Johnny was a miller?
And he lived in our, okay.
Okay,
so
thanks,
we started at Aramaic and we're going to try it.
Right.
Yes, we're going to try that again.
Want to write it down? Johnny was a miller.
Hi.
Okay, so that's all. Hey guys, apologies for the technical difficulties that just happened, but welcome back to another segment in the National Museum of Jamaica in partnership with the Jamaica Library Service Virtual Summer Workshop. And we just came off a wonderful presentation just now about traditional ring games, and right now we'll be going into
a story of Anansi
and Anansi Antiques. And Anansi has been one of the most traditional told tales in Jamaica folklore. And he is a trickster and sometimes he gets his way, but most times he loses out. So just stay tuned, relax, and enjoy and
what
see Anansi is
has
up
to
to.
say.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, Anansi and Tix used to live next door to one another. Anansi had a goat. And Tix had a cow. But Anansi couldn't read. And Tix couldn't read. And in a them days, they never got no literacy campaign. Well, one day Anansi read in a newspaper said that a gentleman want a cow and a man for hire. And the man have to ride the cow for do certain kind of job what the gentleman had. Anansi remember brother Tix cow and him study a brain for work upon Tix. One evening, Tix was a put up in cow for the night. Anansi chop off him goat head and push it in at the thick bush between him and Tix yard. Him hold on pan the head and go on like him a try to pull it out. Hear him. Won't come out. If fashion. Brother Tix say, what happened Anansi? Hear Anansi. Me goat brother Tix. Him fashion in at the bush ya. And all the drama me can't get him out. Come help me, brother Tix. Tix like a big fool go over Anansi yard. Hold on pan the goat head and make one put with all him strength. Claps. The goat head come out in a him hand. Anansi jump up in a temper and say, now, brother Tix, you see what you do? The one day a goat me got you take grudge for kill him. Brother Tix, in a go show. Bad things shall go happen between me and you. Poor Tix frightened, hear him. Chuck Nancy, no good answer, it's accident. Hear Anansi. Me got giant third party insurance and it's sponsor trouble for your brother Tix. Me and you are got a law and you will have to pay me for me goat where you kill. Poor Tix start crying and say, brother Nancy, me no got no money as you know all me got is a cow. And Nancy said, well, you will have to give me the cow. Tix said, if me give you the cow is what me going to make me live in. Here Anansi, brother Tix, I'm sorry for you. So I'm going to ease you up. If you're willing to work your cow and pay me back for me goat, me know a way how you can do it. Tix say, yes, brother Anansi. Me we thankful. Anansi say, me know a gentleman what wants money to ride a cow and do some work for him. Make we go to him and you will work and pay me back. So Anansi take Tix to the man and hire him out with the cow. And Anansi collect the pay. And up to now, Tix not done pay Anansi yet. That's why till today, Tix still living a cow back. Is Anansi make it? Jackman Dora? Me not choose none.
Hey guys. Wow.
Anansi the trickster. Still tricking people.
And up to now, Tix still there in a cow back. No one know why. Can I tell you? I would never have dreamed that is Anansi make it.
Yes. All right, do anybody know of any Anansi story that they would like to share with us? Or any story that you'd want to share? Anybody? Yes, they don't know of any traditional story.
You know of any?
You know Big Boy or Big Boy?
Yeah, I remember the
Or
story.
Black Man, Chinese Man, Indian. Oh yes, Mr. Richard. Tell us of one.
Okay, so I have an Anansi story, right? All right, here it goes. All right, so Anansi and his wife was walking down the road. Now Anansi wife was struggling with a big bag of food, and she just walk and a hop with the big, the big crocus bag of food on her back, while Anansi just walk down the road, pussy, trash a boy walk, while his wife behind him lay down with the road. So Anansi wife said, "Brother Nancy, help me out now." So Nancy said, "Wife, you don't worry yourself. You will manage. You always manage." So, and Nancy starts singing this song. See Brother Nancy coming down. See Brother Nancy coming down. Friend and neighbor see him coming down. See Brother Nancy coming down. See Brother Nancy coming down. Friend and neighbor see him coming down. When all of a sudden, them buck up on a dopey. Hey! And this dopey was a hungry dopey. And everybody know that a hungry dopey is a hungry dopey. So, the dopey said to Brother Nancy, "Brother Nancy, beg you some of your food." Brother said, "No, dopey. It is never enough. You're not gonna get none of my cocoa, my dasheen, my yam, my sweet potato, or my banana. You're not going." When the dopey hear how much food Brother Nancy have in his bag, him get upset. Can say, "Brother Nancy mean." But Brother Nancy wife said to him, "Brother Nancy, you see like how we have so much food, let me give him some now." Again, Brother Nancy said to her, "Wife, it is never enough." So, the dopey start puff and puff. And just about when the dopey was going to do him dopey things, Brother Nancy remember something. So, Brother Nancy remember said, when dopey attack you, you must, Sister Nancy, if you just lift up his skirt and she will say, he must say, he must say, it in my head, but I can't remember. Yes, so he must say something very crazy, right? And so, when Sister Nancy lift up and Brother Nancy said, fire and pepper field. Right, he said, fire and pepper field. Remember, fire and pepper field. And when he said fire and pepper, poops, the dopey gone. Jack Mandora, not true story. Aha, there you go. All right, so now we're going to wrap up this section and we're going to go into another section. So that's it for our Anansi story and dopey story and all of that. So thank you for listening. And we're going to go into our next section, which is
Grandma's house.
Grandma's house. It's a story and you will enjoy. Thank you for listening. Developed under USAID Black Reads Capacity Program, implemented in Jamaica by EduConnect JA to support literacy for childhood development.
have a story to tell you. Summer at Grandma's house. Mom packed the lunch boxes for the trip. Jana placed her torn socks into the grip. The storybooks we can't forget. We may have no time to surf the net. Summer has started, no need to fret. Off to Grandma's house we go, bags so packed, we must go slow. The old car coughs as it goes uphill. Jana and Lee scream at will each time the car hits a bump on the hill. Hooray! The car finally stopped. We chased ahead until we dropped. Dad shouts for help to carry the bags. See the dog, how fast his tail wags? While Grandma waits with open arms, the bigot smile and a bag of charms. The guinea tree still looks the same, but the sweet stringy mango is my game. Juice is running down my arms, what bliss! Lick them dry, not a drip did I miss. I sucked the seed completely dry, though many mangoes on the ground still lie. Grandma's cooking is simply the best. What a taste, you can't forget the rest. Curry chicken, roasted breadfruit, Congo soup, tasty and delicious to the very last scoop. Her stewed peas and rice are one of a kind. The nicest cornmeal pudding you will find, with the rich creamy custard at the top, washed down with lemonade and sour sauce. We love our summers at Robins Bay, where fun and games will go all day. Hide and seek, jockey ride, river swing, the joy and laughter that they will bring. The summer seems too short for Jana and Lee, my mommy, daddy, and me. And that is the story.
Hey guys, welcome back. And that storyteller does have a slight resemblance to me. But nice story. And guess what, guys? We need some participation here, right? So I want persons to tell me some of their memories of going to their grandma's house, right? Or it could be a godfather, godmother, somewhere in the country, preferably, or the town. Can I hear a few memories, please? So that's memories of some elder person in your life, whether it be a godparent, grandma, grandpa. Come on, Jelani, Rihanna, Stephanie, Army, Alicia, Travis. Let's go. Let's hear of some of those memories of grandma or grandpa's house.
Oh, the cooking from Alicia.
Oh yeah, cooking. Porridge. What type of porridge? What type of cooking? What's your favorite dish and what's your favorite porridge? And remember, you can use your mics too. Just unmute and just talk to us as well as you can type.
How many?
Yeah, I think that's how it's spelled.
How many corn?
Yeah, and the corn seeds are in it. Yeah.
With coconut milk.
Ah.
Yes, with coconut, really nice with coconut milk.
Rundown or all in one? Which one in all in one? Which one in all? I know.
Rundown with the mackerel with the coconut milk.
I know rundown, but she said or all in one. Which one is called all in one?
I don't know. She'd have to
Can you
tell us.
Yeah, can you tell us about the all in
All
one?
in one is when it's when you have the rundown and then you add the dumpling and the yam or whatever you want to put in there.
Oh, that sounds good, man.
Oh, so you add everything in the pot together with the rundown?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So it's a one pot meal.
Yeah.
It's like a one pot meal.
Yes, we won't say anything more about one pot. But that's unique, and I mean, it just shows us that we're not aware of everything traditional that we, and it's by sharing in mediums such as these that we get to learn. Because I'm gonna try that. Makes sense? Yeah, makes sense.
So hold on. Do you cook the dumpling and the yam and all of that before and then add it to the rundown? And then you mix up everything in one?
Alicia?
I will have to get back to you with that one.
As far as you're concerned, you're just involved in the eating aspect of it.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for sharing, Alicia. Wow, sounds like, you know, a delectable meal. Wow, nice.
Something that Mr. Richards should try.
All right, thanks for sharing. Right. Well, my grandparents, my grandparents, well, I have two sets of grandparents. One set of grandparents, the one on my mother's side, my grandmother had a shop, and I mean, grandparents does something. I mean, we used to have these sodas in the bottles, and after grandma drink, and you see bulla in it. Come child, drink up, and you say, no, you know, see the little thing, cake in it. And if it's scarring me, you're scarring me, Jerry. No, grandma. And you take it round on corner and you try to pour out the cake. But you know, grandparents are always kind. I don't know, they're always so kind. And I remember my grandfather, you know, he used to make he used to be a farmer. So some of the things that he grew on his farm, he then brought over to my grandmother, who sold, you know, normal goods plus farm products. So after his day, he used to make various things, you know, soursop, you know, just to bring back his strength and so on. And so, you know, those are some of the things that I shared. And my grandfather at Christmas time used to kill a goat, similar to that incident with Nancy and Tix. Kill the goat, and we had curry goat. That means all my aunts from various parts of Jamaica and from overseas would come down and, you know, right. And Christmas used to be the time when persons came down, you know, you get your foreign gift wrapped up under the Christmas tree. And
Do you have Christmas tree in the country?
yes, ma'am.
No, we have Papa tree.
Papa tree? Our Christmas tree was synthetic, so they brought it from foreign and just set it up in a corner, and it used to be a board house. Ugh. And so many memories. So if I thought, I mean, trust me, it's gonna take up the whole of the present. But you know, we had a board house, and at times we used to go under the bottom of the house and play drum on the tin pans and so on. I mean, fun. Grandma's house and grandpa's house was fun. Yeah, our summers were great. Any memories?
Yes, when I used to go, well, I grew up with my grandmother, so I would go to my mother or my auntie.
Okay.
Right. The same with Smolan too.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But I didn't do all of those things because my auntie, she had to work, so we used to stay. So, but she would prepare the meal, like she leave cake and stuff, and she would leave money for us to go to the shops and so on. You know, so we were basically taking care of ourselves during the little time we had. But it was fun because then you get to go out. Not that a guardian is not at home. She asks a neighbor to look at you, to watch you. Watch you, right? But you get the opportunity of going to the neighbor's house and playing and so. So yes, I had fun going to my auntie and so on. Yes.
All right. So we're gonna go through our next segment, and it was great sharing with you about our grandma's house, and we heard a few persons tell us about theirs, and that's fantastic. And I'm sure you guys had lots of memories of grandma's house. We did too. I share a few more. Trust me, it's a lot more memories. But can't delay any longer. We have another presentation coming up. And what's that presentation?
It's about the brother Nancy and Rota. Brother Nancy and Rata. Yes. Brother Nancy and Rata.
Okay, so it's another Anansi story, and Brother Nancy never disappoints. Have you ever heard a boring Anansi story? So listen up, watch up. This one's going to be great also. All right, see you soon.
Title of the story is Anansi and Rata by Louise Bennett. Once upon a time, Brother Rata was a very fierce and eye-for-laughing fellow. He used to dress up in the latest style and fashion and show off himself and go on like saying better off than everybody else. So Anansi make up his mind to cut down Brother Rata to size. And Nancy think up in brain and he think up in brain. Only going to manage to catch Brother Rata and humiliate him. Then box. Brother Nancy remember so that Brother Rata look dance until no more left. Every jump on the knock, Brother Rata did he dance until a cut figure. The one thing Brother Rata couldn't resist was music. So then Anansi gave us that he would make a big dance and he invite Brother Rata to the ball. Anansi shine up in floor and he shine up in floor nice and pretty like glass. Anansi was a fiddler at the dance, and as Brother Rata walks into the dance hall, so Brother Nancy start play a sweet tune for the fiddle man and him say, yeah, ying ding ding, what is it? Ying ding ding, what is it? Ying ding ding, what is it? Ying ding ding. Take care or you talk, boy. Ying ding ding, what is it? Take care or you talk, boy. Ying ding ding. And they say when the music starts, see Brother Rata, he start cut figure, and he start dance, and he start to pose, and he go to work at 50 years, man. But he dance good. And I tell you, man, everybody start telling Rata, oh, he dance nice, and he dance sweet, and he dance pretty. Why? And I tell you, Brother Rata dance, and he dance, and he dance, and he dance to the better. And he say, man, Brother Nancy run a car, they know when I watch everything, and Brother Nancy a laugh with a man. Because he cannot work. So Brother Nancy just slide on his finger and a sweeter tune. And he go, Bandy wish to wish. What you go?
Bandy wish to wish.
What you go? Bandy wish to wish. Yeah, man.
Bandy wish to wish.
I tell you. And I say, Brother Rata dance and he galan. And I say, Brother Rata cut figure. And he cut figure. And he slide on the dance floor. And he go and do one bag of something. And I tell you, something happened to Brother Rata, you will never believe it. When he might dance and I'm gonna, I tell you, Brother Rata slide on the dance floor. How many things happened to Brother Rata? In trousers flop. Everybody must laugh over Brother Rata. Laugh, Brother Rata, shame. He shames until that he rung high in our hole. And from that day till today, Rata live in a hole. It's Anansi make it. Jack Mandora, me no choose none.
Hey guys. Whoa. And another reason why rats live in holes. Nancy make it. Has any one of you ever been in an embarrassing moment, like Brother Rata, where parts of your clothing split? Anyone?
At school.
At school.
When you play, the boys always tear the pants.
Okay. All right, Travis. Multiple times. Yeah, it has happened to me too. I guess I don't know. They don't make pants, durable. Yeah, for especially you're wearing uniforms. The threading should, because you're running and you're playing and all of that. These pants just rip, of their own accord, and then yeah, exactly, Travis. They are made from paper. I fully agree with you. Yeah, the material definitely not durable. They make it so that you can buy another one. Yeah, right.
So that's all they make their money.
True. Yeah. And so, Brother Nancy, as I, it was a very entertaining presentation.
Jelani said once at school.
Once,
oh.
yeah.
And mostly, see, it's school.
School.
These kids.
Yeah,
yes.
the culprit is school. Yeah, and I guess it's a uniform. And so Brother Nancy tricked Brother Rata into, embarrassing himself, and eventually what happened is that he has to live in a hole because he was ashamed. And it's a wonderful experience to, and this just shows you how tricky Brother Nancy is. Anything you want to add?
So as the Zoom, it's gonna log out, and we are going to ask it to log back in. As soon as it's end, you can just log back in, and then we are going to straight into a presentation from the ancestors and to see what they have passed to our culture that we are enjoying now. All right, so sign back in as soon as it is logged off.
So just wrapping up, because I think we're gonna it's 40 minutes, so we're gonna literally sign out now before it goes off, because we have a limited time. We're gonna sign off around about 12ish, just to make the 2 hours. It's been okay. We have less than a minute. Right. So stay tuned. We have a wonderful presentation coming up. And as I told you before, Brother Anansi never disappoints. And we learned very much how Anansi tricks persons or trick the other animals into doing things that they normally don't do. And eventually he comes out the victor.
And then sometimes you have your friends who trick you into doing something that you don't normally do.
Peer pressure. So be careful, be careful. Think about it before you do it.
Yes.
I guess that's the moral of the story. Anyway, take care, boys and girls, and see you soon. Any break? Probably about 5 minutes or less. So it's just enough time to go to the fridge, grab a quick drink, and come back. It's not that 10-minute break that we had before, just 5 or less. All right? So stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome back to another virtual summer workshop. Today, I'll be speaking to you of some traditional knowledge that have been passed down from our ancestors to us. The ancestral groups that we'll be looking at are the Tainos, the Spaniards, the British, the Africans, the Chinese, and the East Indians. The first ancestral group that we'll be looking at are the Tainos. Now, the Tainos are the first inhabitants of our island, Jamaica. It is believed that they arrived in the island around 650 AD. Do you know anything about the Tainos? Well, let us look on some of the things that they did that we are currently using in our culture today. Did you know that they feasted on over 40 varieties of fish? Yes. Anthropologists have found the bones and shells of the grouper, the parrotfish, the sturgeon shark, lobster, oyster, conch, whelk, and even crabs in their garbage heaps. These garbage heaps were called middens. Think about it. In our culture today, do we still eat these? The grouper, the parrotfish, the sturgeon shark, the lobster, oyster, conch, whelk, and even crabs. You can go ahead and text your answers. Let me know what we are still eating. Okay, so we are also told that the Taínos enjoy the green crab meat in the shell. Now they would mix this with lime juice, making a sauce called tamulin, which they ate with cassava bread. That may have been one of the first evidence of seasoning with lime juice. Have you ever seen your parents use lime juice on anything that they are preparing? For example, when they're eating shrimp or crabs or any seafood of that sort? Did you know that we also use lime juice when we're washing our meat? For example, the chicken, it helps to get rid of the rawness, right? So yes, this is one practice that we Jamaicans use today, and this is passed down from our Taínos. Question. Have you ever tried crab meat with lemon juice? We are now in the crab season, and if you do eat crabs, do you try it with the lemon juice? Well, if you do, text me and tell me how does it taste. I bet it's real delicious. Did you know that the Taínos also ate small birds such as parrots and water birds, iguanas, yellow snakes, and conies? Would you eat the snake or the iguana or the parrot? Tell me. Yes, they also cultivated chili pepper, cassava, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, yam pie, corn, arrowroot, cocoa, guava, star apple, pineapple, and cashew. Other foods from the Taínos includes boiled or roasted corn, porridge made from corn, and cornmeal dumplings. I remember my grandmother used to make these cornmeal dumplings, and trust me, and even the cornmeal porridge, yes, that, I'm telling you, the coconut milk she put in there makes it so rich, and trust me, it full you up for the entire day. These are some traditional practices from the Taínos that was passed down to our present generation. So tell me, in our culture today, are we still eating the corn, the cashews, the chili peppers, star apple, the cassava, sweet potatoes, and the pineapple? You could just text me and tell me some of the things that we use these items to make. For example, what would we use the cassava to make now that we enjoy so much with the escovitch fish? And the potato, a sweet pastry from that. The corn, pineapple, even the chili pepper. Tell me, what are some of the dishes that we use these to make? Now, let us look on another ancestral group, the Spaniards. let us see what they brought to our culture that we are currently using today. In 1494, the Spaniards, the first Europeans to inhabit the island, arrived with Christopher Columbus on his second voyage to the New World. They brought with them sweet oranges, sour oranges, lime and lemon, tamarind, coconut, bananas, grapes, sugar cane, ginger, pomegranate, plantains, and figs. Now, these are just some of the foods that the Spaniards brought with them. So, let us see if you can name these food items that the Spaniards brought. Did you know that our famous escovitch fish and bammies are from a combination of two cultures? Can you guess which two cultures? Yes, this is from the Spaniards and the Taínos. The escovitch fish comes from the Spaniards and the bammy comes from the Taínos. Yes, you are correct. Now, the Spaniards also left with us hot country-style chocolate made from roasted ground spice cocoa beans, the guisada or the coconut tart, and the soaking of fruits in wine for our Christmas pudding. I can't wait for Christmas to come. Do you know how to make the Christmas pudding? Tell me one ingredient that you would put in the Christmas pudding. Okay, so another ancestral group is the British. Now, in 1655, the British captured Jamaica from the Spaniards, right? They controlled the island until 1962. What happened in 1962? Tell me. Yes, they also introduced the breadfruit, the Otiiti apple, ackee, mangoes, rose apples, turmeric, black pepper, and even coffee. Evidence of the sweet-toothed English remains today in the rich pastries Jamaicans love to eat. What are some of those? Well, do you know about our Easter bun, or sponge cakes, or jams, and even the pies? No, they also include bacon and eggs. These are what this generation would eat now. Yes, roast beef, fruit salad, and corned or salted beef. Question: did you know that the British brought these to our culture? Well, yes. They were the ones who brought these things to our culture. Can you identify one of the items listed here that was named after a British man? The next group that we're looking at are the Africans. The Africans brought with them their methods of food preparation, using their creativity to blend the traditional African foods with what was made available to them by the whites. Now, their music, their dance, and religion were blended with the European influences to create what has distinctly become a part of our rich Jamaican culture. Can you identify a traditional dance that the Africans took from the European culture and blended it with theirs? Did you say maypole? Yes. The maypole was a ceremonial folk dance performed around a tall pole. The Africans prepared mostly one-pot meals. Their traditional cooking utensils includes the three-legged iron pot, grater, the mortar and pestle, and the wooden turn stick. So these were some of the utensils that they used in their traditional cooking. Have you ever seen these before? Yes. So when I was growing up, I saw my grandmother using the Martin, the pestle. She would use that to beat the coffee grounds and turn it into a powdery substance for us to use, or even the cocoa, she used to beat it to make chocolate. Yes, so I've seen my grandmother using this tool, the grater. She would also make the grater. So she would get a piece of board, she get a piece of zinc, and using the nail, she used a hammer, and she used the nail to punch the holes in the grater, and then she bends it and put it on the board, nail the side for it to stay, and that's how she would make the grater. No, she wouldn't go to the supermarket like us today to go and purchase a grater. They normally make their own grater. Yes, I've seen the three-legged pot before, which we don't see any at all. Now, back in the days in the country, you'll have the older generation using that because they use the wood fire. So they would catch up the wood fire outside, and this was one of the pots that they would use to prepare their meal. Can you tell me of a one-pot meal that or your parent have prepared for you before? Other food from the African cuisine are the mackerel rundown, or it is also called the dip and fall back. The stamp and go, yes, if you go to a restaurant now, you can order stamp and go. Back in the days, we would mix the flour, add the saltfish, would add scallion, add a little pepper, add the onion, and we would mix that and we fry that and would have that as a meal. But it is given a traditional name, the stamp and go, and this is what we would call saltfish fritters. The Africans also made the kaku and the fufu. Now this was made from plantain or cassava, and it is still being prepared in Jamaica. I have had the opportunity to taste fufu, and it was really good. And this is still a part of the African culture. They would have this with their protein. The concept of jerk was also introduced to us by the Africans, and this is still an important aspect of our culinary heritage. This can be traced to the pre-slavery Coromantee hunters of West Africa. These hunters would roast pork over hot coals in earthen pots that were covered patta stands made of green pimento or other branches. Which part of Jamaica can you find our famous Boston Jerk Center? Another group that we are looking at is the Chinese. Now, the Chinese came as indentured laborers, right? They brought with them soy sauce, dried noodles, and 5-star powder. Honey, an important ingredient in the Chinese cookery, became available in the West Indies during the 19th century as estate owners successfully learned how to keep bees. Today, methods of Chinese cooking have been successfully incorporated into our Jamaican culture. These include stir fry, deep fry, steamed, and sour foods, which are skillfully cut and garnished. Ginger is frequently used in the dishes of the Chinese cuisine. Do you like Chinese food? Can you give me a name of one of the Chinese dishes that you like? The next group are the East Indians. Now, the East Indians came to Jamaica between 1838 and 1917 as indentured laborers as well. They introduced the roti, mangoes, wheat, flour, eggplant, ginger, and other spices like, have you ever tried roti before? Do you know how to make roti? I think you should text me the ingredients and I'll try to make it too. They also brought spices. Can you tell me of a spice that the Indians brought to the Jamaican culture? And finally, here are some historical facts about some of our foods. Now, the ackee, which is our national dish, along with the saltfish, it is believed that the ackee, Bligh Sapida, named in honor of Captain Bligh of the Bounty, brought to the island by the enslaved West Africans. By 1798, it was to be found as an exotic plant in the homes of St. Andrew and is now grown island-wide. The breadfruit. It was Captain Bligh on his second voyage to Jamaica in 1793 who brought some 350 breadfruit trees which were planted in the Hope Botanical Gardens in Kingston and in government botanical gardens in other parishes. Black and white pepper. Thomas Hibbert brought the first pepper plant to Jamaica from the East Indies in 1787. Now that's the end of our presentation on traditional knowledge, past and present. And I do hope that you have learned something new and you have been sharing to show how traditional knowledge have been passed into our present culture. Goodbye.
Hey guys. They're not seeing me? Oh, oops. Hey.
Such rich content.
And it's 12 o'clock. Food. Yeah, that was a nice journey into our traditional cooking and what the various ethnic groups, or ancestors, as we may call them, who contributed to our heritage in the form of food items. And it was indeed an eye-opener into some of the things that we've gotten so used to, but not really knowing where they came from or who brought them here. And it was interesting to, have that knowledge and to be able to boast on our peers that, hey, did you know? Yeah, great experience. All right.
Any questions for us? Jelani, who doesn't like curry chicken? I love curry chicken. Do you like curry chicken, Mr. Richard?
Yeah, but Jelani doesn't.
Oh.
It slaps, one of those modern terms?
It slaps, the modern term. It's good, it's bad. It's shell.
Sorry guys, I'm not so acquainted with these terms, but okay, it slaps me and it's great.
Right? No, yes.
Okay. Right. So yeah, I like curry chicken, I like bami, right? And I think what happens is that sometimes you fry the bami. Right.
Or steam. I like steam bami.
Steam bami.
In coconut milk.
Okay.
You realize everything I talk about is
coconut milk.
I love coconut.
But guys, curried goat or curried chicken, you can't have it anywhere because sometimes it will cause some bowel movements. Let's say that, bowel movements. A nice term. So you have to be careful who prepares it. If it's not somebody who you trust in terms of family member or somebody right? Because sometimes handling it, yeah. So
and
be careful.
And burn the curry.
Right, and if they don't burn the curry, that's another thing. It will cause extra bowel movements.
Oh, and I add coconut milk to my curry too.
And Stephanie Rose, thanks for your compliment about our presentation. Kudos and thank you for the feedback. Right. So yeah.
Yeah, the question with the ackee. What's the scientific name for the ackee?
Anybody remembers? Remember it was named after a certain captain who brought it to Jamaica. Anybody recalls? Dum 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 dum.
Right.
Alright.
It's Blygosopida. That's the scientific name for ackee. Okay.
I think we probably.
Breadfruit. Who brought breadfruit?
You want breadfruit? Breadfruit. You want breadfruit? Anybody remember who brought breadfruit to the island? Hey, how you know, Sir Travis? Big tune. How you mean? How you mean?
I bet Travis is a dancer.
Are you? But yeah, back to the question. Who brought breadfruit? All right, Travis, maybe. So who brought breadfruit to the island? Going once. Going twice. Beep.
The British. Captain Bligh.
Yeah. All right, so we brought two things to the island, the
Oh.
ackee and the breadfruit. And hey, have you ever had it together? Whoa. Ackee and saltfish and breadfruit.
Have you ever tried ackee with sausage? No?
No.
It's bad. And they do, well,
I've tried
I
ackee
don't
with
eat pork.
salt mackerel.
I don't eat pork, but the ackee with corn pork.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Ackee and corn pork, I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I've heard about it too.
Ackee can be mixed with quite a different
So we have some chefs in the making. So all of this is not just for you to know. So you can suggest it to your parents. Hey, mommy, hey, daddy, hey, grandma, hey, whoever is your guardian. How about trying, ackee and salt pork, or, ackee and saltfish, etc., right?
Alright, it's 12 o'clock.
Time to eat some food. Lunchtime. Ooh.
What a way to end this presentation on food. Yes.
So thank you guys for listening up. And I mean, it's been a wonderful journey with you guys from all aspects of our tradition, not only food, but many aspects of our culture. And we've been able to revisit the ring games and Nancy stories and various presentations throughout today's presentation. And it has been a wonderful journey for us all, brought back memories. And, I even learned, well, not a few things. I learned a lot of things from you guys. Even that game that we're going to research, and hopefully, I think it was Army too.
Yes, Johnny was a Miller.
Yeah, Johnny was a Miller. We're gonna research that one, and who knows, I can practice because I have a son and daughter, and that's how you pass down this, right? It's by doing them. So we remind you. You can remind your parents, and perhaps they will share with you some others, as well as remind you, and you in turn, when you become adults and have your own children, will revisit many of these practices and have fun with your own children or grandchildren. So guys, that's it for today. And we just thank you for tuning in, for paying attention, for being a very good, we liked today's because it was very interactive. You guys listened, you guys asked questions, and it was an all-around great interaction by Stephanie, Jelani, Travis, Arnie, Alicia, everybody had their part to play, and that's what we want, and that kind of feedback, that kind of, let us know that you're actually listening and not just have the Zoom and gone to do something else. But thank you all for participating, and thank you. Who knows, maybe we'll do this next year, not sure, but stay tuned and you will definitely know. I would think that we'll give you a longer time, to hear about it and to invite all your friends, because you must admit it was a wonderful time we had together. Very, very wonderful time. And
so,
go ahead.
So yes, tomorrow, please join on at 10 tomorrow. We will be at Benjamin with the National Museum. So come on again tomorrow, so we can have an engaging tour.
So that's 10 o'clock sharp, guys. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. It's another wonderful opportunity to learn more about your history. So we're going to sign off now.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Jerry Neal Richards.
And I'm Tasha Brown.
See you again. You take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.